Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to explain the second part of The Last Leaf written by O. Henry. Dear students, if you have not watched part 1, please watch that part to understand this part properly. In first part, we read that Sue and Johnsy were two young artists. They lived together in a small flat on the third story of a house. Johnsy fell a victim to pneumonia. In spite of medicines, she did not recover. She had lost hope of life. She lay by the window side of a room. She looked out through the window. She saw a green ivy creeper and she saw that the leaves of the ivy creeper started falling one by one as it was autumn season. She felt she would die when the last leaf fell. Sue was very much worried. She sent for the doctor. The doctor checked Johnsy's condition, but there was no change in her condition. An old painter named Behrman lived on the ground floor. He dreamed of making a masterpiece. Sue told of her worries to him. Sue told everything to Behrman. Then what happened next? Let us see. Is she stupid? Asked Behrman. How can she be so foolish? Here the speaker is Behrman and here she refers to Johnsy. Behrman commented that Johnsy was stupid, she was silly, and said that how she could be so foolish. She is running a high temperature, complained Sue. She refuses to eat or drink and that worries me a lot. Sue said that Johnsy was suffering from high fever and she was neither eating nor drinking and she said that she was very much worried about Johnsy. I will come with you and see Johnsy, Behrman said. Behrman said that he wanted to see Johnsy. So Behrman went with Sue to see Johnsy. They tiptoed in the room. Tiptoed means quietly moved into the room. Johnsy was sleeping. Sue drew the curtain together. Drew means pulled or dragged the curtain together and they went to the next room. She peeped out through the window. There was only one leaf on the creeper. It was raining heavily and icy cold wind was blowing. It seemed as though the leaf would fall any minute now. Behrman did not say a word. He went back to his room. So, Sue and Behrman both entered quietly in the Johnsy's room. They saw that Johnsy was sleeping. Then Sue dragged the curtains together. They went into the next room and they looked outside through the window and they saw that there was only one leaf left on the creeper plant and there was heavy rain accompanied by strong wind and cold winds. The leaf was due to fall any moment. Behrman did not say anything and he went back to his room. So Johnsy woke up next morning in a feeble voice. Feeble means weak voice. She asked Sue to draw the curtains. Draw means pull the curtains. Sue was nervous. She drew back the curtains very reluctantly. Reluctantly means hesitantly. So Johnsy woke up next morning in a feeble voice, in a weak voice. She asked Sue to draw the curtains back. Sue was nervous. She drew back the curtains very reluctantly means very hesitantly. So, after that, what happened? Oh, Sue exclaimed as she looked at the vine creeper. Look, there is still one leaf on the creeper. It looks quite green and healthy. In spite of the storm and the fierce wind, it didn't fall. So, Sue was very glad when she saw outside. She announced that there was still one leaf on the creeper. It appeared green and healthy and it hadn't fallen despite of the storm. I heard the wind last night. Here I is, Johnsy, said Johnsy. I thought it would have fallen. It will surely fall today, then I will die. You won't die, said Sue energetically. Energetically means forcefully, with full zeal. You have to live for your friends. What would happen to me if you die? So here I heard the wind last night. Here the speaker is Johnsy. She said that she had heard the wind the previous night. Last night means previous night. She said that she had heard the winds previous night and she had thought that the leaf would definitely fall. And she said that it would fall that day. Today means that day, and after that she would die too. When the leaf would fall, she would die too. Then here the speaker is Sue. Sue said that you won't die. Sue said that Johnsy would not die. She had to live for her friends. She added that she would. Johnsy smiled weakly and closed her eyes. After every hour or so, she would look out of the window and find the leaf still there. She was looking again and again towards the leaf, but she found that leaf was still there. It was not falling. It seemed to be clinging to the creeper. Clinging means sticking or holding tightly. इन हिंदी यू कैन सी दैट चिपके होना ऐसा लगता था कि वो क्रीपर के साथ चिपक ही गया हो जैसे हो. In the evening there was another storm, but the leaf did not fall. Johnsy lay for a long time looking at the leaf. Then she called to Sue. So in the evening there was another storm, and but that leaf did not fall. Johnsy kept on looking at it, but it did not fall. Then she called to Sue. What she said to Sue? I have been a bad girl. You have looked after me so lovingly, and I have not cooperated with you. I have been depressed and gloomy. Gloomy means sad. The last leaf has shown me how wicked I have been. I have realized that it is a sin to want to die. So she said to she said to Sue that she had been a very bad girl. She said to Sue that she looked after her while she did not cooperate, and she remained gloomy means she remained sad and depressed. The last leaf had made her realize her mistake, and she said that the desire to die was a wrong thing. The desire to die was a wrong thing. It was a sin to want to die. Sue hugged Johnsy, embraced. Then she gave her lots of hot soup and a mirror. Johnsy combed her hair and smiled brightly. So Sue hugged Johnsy. Then she gave her lots of hot soup and a mirror. Johnsy combed her hair and smiled brightly. In the afternoon, the doctor came. After examining his patient, he told Sue, Jonesy now has the will to live. I am confident she will recover soon. Now I must go downstairs and see Behrman. He is also suffering from pneumonia, but I am afraid there is no hope for him. So the doctor visited that afternoon and said that the desire to live was back in Johnsy, and he was sure that she would recover soon. And then he went downstairs to check Behrman, who was suffering from pneumonia, and he informed that there was no hope that he would recover. Then what happened? The next morning, Sue came and sat on Johnson's bed, taking Johnson's hand in hers. She said, I have something to tell you. Mr. Behrman died of pneumonia this morning. He was ill for only 2 days. The first day, the janitor means the caretaker found him on his bed. His clothes and shoes were wet and he was shivering. He had been out in that stormy night. Then next morning, Sue sat beside Johnsy and told her that Behrman had died that morning. He had been ill for last 2 days. He informed Johnsy that he had been ill for last 2 days, and the caretaker of the building had found him in his bed. His clothes and shoes were wet and he was shivering. He had gone out at night during that storm. So what? Then they found a ladder and a lantern still lighted near his bed. There were also some brushes and green and yellow paints on the floor near the ladder. Johnsy dear, said Sue, look out of the window. Look at that ivy leaf. Haven't you wondered why it doesn't flutter when the wind blows? That is Behrman's masterpiece. He painted it the night the last leaf fell. So a ladder and a lantern were lying near his bed. Paint brushes, green and yellow colored paint, were also lying nearby. Sue asked Chauncey to look out of the window to look at that leaf. It did not flutter when the wind blew. It was the masterpiece of Behrman that Behrman aspired to paint when the last leaf fell at night. He painted that leaf. So, dear students, that leaf became the masterpiece of Behrman. How? Behrman's painting this leaf, it means, became a masterpiece not only because its accurate and realistic depiction of a leaf, but due to the context in which the leaf was painted. He did not paint the leaf because he wanted to achieve fame and fortune, but he wanted to save the life of Johnsy, and he achieved his aim. So it became the masterpiece of Behrman. Dear students, at the beginning of the lesson, I had told you that the last leaf at first was the symbol of despair, and then it became the symbol of hope. How? Now I am telling you. The last leaf turned into symbol of hope. At first, Johnsy thinks that the ivy leaf stands for her life. She looks towards the leaf, and he used to think that the she would die when the last leaf fell off. But at last, the last leaf gives hope to Johnsy. It gives hope to Johnsy to live life in a better way. So it turns into a symbol of hope. Dear students, this lesson is based on a theme of selflessness and sacrifice. It also gives a message of optimistic approach. Optimistic approach always motivates us and gives us energy to face the challenges of life. The writer also wants to show how much damage pneumonia has done to people all over the world. You have seen how Johnson's prolonged illness had made her depressed and sad. She lost the hope to live. Behrman, a great artist, how he lost his life because of pneumonia. So, dear students, this is all about the lesson. Read it again and thank you for watching.